What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode 47 of our Social Montbéliard Let's Play here in Football Manager 2018. It is a live-com double-header, two massive games for us today. We have the first game, which is going to be against PSG in the league. It's going to be first versus second, and well, we're going to be following that up with the second game that we're going to have against Roma here in the Champions League group stage. So yes, hopefully you guys are good today. Of course, a live-com double-header. I like to do these from time to time, and well, these are going to be two pretty big games, I guess, in the context of our season. Since you were last here, just one game played. It was against Troyes, and we won this game 3-0, and it was a good little result. Nice to get a second clean sheet in a row, something that we have been lacking a little bit this season. With this match, we rotated the team just a little bit. I put Kubik on the bench, brought in Millet to start the game, and Millet actually had a really impressive game. 2 assists to his name. You can see Ducasse got 2, and Bula got 1. And yeah, just generally speaking, a very good result. Troyes, they could have been a tricky team, especially away from home. They are a team who actually beat PSG, they're the only team to beat PSG this season, and they are, or were rather, 6th in the league as we played them here. So yeah, it was a good little result. Good to see, of course, Ducasse continuing his good goal-scoring form this year. After a slightly injury-ravaged and kind of patchy form season last year, he really has found his feet again, which is great to see, and yeah, great little result there. In terms of the team news going into this first game against PSG, not a whole lot going on. You can see we currently have no injuries in the first team, which is a really nice situation to be in. In terms of the team we're going to go with, you can see I've really not been rotating the team very much again this year. I kind of talked about this before, last episode, the fact that really the team hasn't rotated a lot. We've kind of just stuck with what we know. You'll notice that I am now playing Sunday West a little bit more regularly than Lafont. I've been giving him a little run in the first team. We're going to keep him in the team again today, but you can see just looking at the starting 11 average ratings for the last 5 games, and even the average ratings across the season, we've been in really, really good form. Everyone is pulling their weight. The worst performer in the team in the outfield positions is Ben Chilwell with a 7.18 at left back, which still wouldn't be that bad or an average rating really, but you can see lots of 7.5s, almost a 7.7 in the case of Almada, who has been superb this year, and we're going to be hoping, of course, that we can keep that form going into the game here against PSG. Just to look at the league tables, you can see exactly what is riding on this game. We are currently in second place on 27 points. Of course, we are unbeaten thus far this season after 11 games, so that's a pretty good little record to have. PSG, on the other hand, they have drawn 1 game, that was against Lorient. They also lost a game against Troyes 1-0 at home. So that does give me hope that going into today's game where we're playing at home, we can really give them a good run for their money. You can see here in terms of player stats, Kubik is top of the assists, Almada is top of the average ratings. On the goal scoring front, Mbappe for PSG is kind of the leading man, but really Ducasse is not far behind, and neither is Rennie Adelaide. So I'm hoping that these guys are all going to be able to do their thing today, and well, hopefully we can come out on top. So anyway, let's get into the first game of today's live-com. With it being 2 games, we're not going to hang around for long. In terms of the tactical system, it's what you've come to expect. We are playing our strongest 11, at least in my opinion. This has been a formation that, to be honest, has worked really, really well thus far this season. A very fluid system, of course. And well, the asymmetric kind of formation, particularly on the rights, worked very nice with getting Fuchs some space. And well, we'll be hoping that today we can have a really good performance. We owe PSG after what happened last time. This is our 7th ever game against PSG. We've had 3 draws and 3 defeats the last 6 times we've met them. I'm hoping that today we can put the record straight. We can get our first win against them. That's got to be the aim here. And well, let's see what we can do. You know, this is a real opportunity for us to state our intentions as a real title candidate. A win for PSG here, they are going to pull 4 points clear. It wouldn't be insurmountable, but it would be less than ideal. Really looking for at least a draw here, but we'll see how we get on. You know, this is still a very tricky game, but given how we've started the season, I want to see us give them a really, really torrid and tough time as, well, the tackle comes flying in there. You can see Kubik giving it away. And, well, they're out here on the left-hand side. Fuchs, of course, playing that wing-back position, a little bit out of position, perhaps, with Grimaldo on the overlap in a lot of space. So actually, it's the centre of the pitch which is going to be exploited, and that long-range effort was not far over the crossbar there for PSG, whizzing over. But looking at the stats at the moment, we are struggling to have the ball. I'm going to pause the game right here. There is no point in trying to play possession football because we're not keeping hold of the ball enough. It's going to be very tricky. I was looking at the team stats for the division. PSG have the best average possession. We actually have the 3rd best. But in this kind of game where we're not going to have a lot of the ball, we do need to be more direct with it. And well, we're going to try and make something happen as Chevalier hits the post, and Kubik unable to get to the rebound. A Chevalier long shot special. Unfortunately, this time it was the woodwork that denied him, although he might get a second bite at the cherry. This time passes it to Kubik. Crunching tackle by Verratti. Had to get that right in the penalty area. PSG maybe going to look to break here as they bring it forward. But Chevalier, what a tackle that is, my son. He is going to be instrumental, you'd feel, if we're going to win today's game in that centre defensive mid-roll. And, well, to go from that long shot that hit the woodwork to that tackle really shows the two different sides of his game. The Knight is obviously such an imperative part of the way we play, and you're seeing it already here. Anyway, we've got the ball here. Blonde to Almada, who has been the star player this season. He threads into Casta. Kubik. Wide to Fuchs. Lovely football. Kubik wins the header. What a goal that is. That is absolutely incredible. Scintillating stuff. Fuchs' ball into the box was divine. Kubik leaping higher than anyone else has ever leaped in the penalty box this game. And he won the ball with it. And he steered it just in. A perfectly guided header. A really lovely passing goal, this one. Fuchs' first time cross. And, well, Kubik, what a leap that was by him in the air. And it lands straight in the top corner. Half an hour gone. We get our noses ahead in this game. PSG yet to have a shot on target. And, well, with 40 minutes gone here, we've been not necessarily the better team, but we've made the most of those opportunities that have come our way. And at half-time, 1-0 up here. What a goal that was. What a performance in the half. Look at the average rate. Chevalier actually not had the greatest game. Neither has Almada. We could, of course, make some changes in there. I'm going to tell the players that I'm happy with the performance so far, and not to give up and, I guess, let complacency slip in. It's very easy when you go in this kind of situation for players to become a little bit complacent. Perhaps I should have gone with I'm not very happy with the performance out there, but I haven't. That'll be something I have to live with if we do go on to lose this game. But yeah, we are in a winning position here against PSG, a team that we're yet to beat. In the league, certainly, I think in all competitions, as well as I mentioned, 6 games prior to this, but we're going to try and set the record straight today. And, we're hopefully not going to concede immediately into this second half as Diarra picks it up, gives the ball away immediately, of course. PSG, a very talented side with the likes of Salah and Mbappe, who is clean through. Sunday West, what a stop. And, well, the league's top goal scorer, you probably would have backed him to score there, but in the end, he squandered the opportunity and we live to fight another day. And, well, we're coming on the front foot here. Kubik down this right-hand side. Plays through to Cassie. Threads in Blanc. Can he finish it? He should have finished it. One-on-one with the keeper. And he couldn't even hit the target. The whole goal was at his mercy. And, well, he let it off the hook. Skewing that shot wide. It's not what we wanted to see. Almada on a 6.4. I think we're going to make some changes on the hour mark here. I am going to bring in Almeida for Almada. Part of me wants to take off Ducasse for Millet, but I think we'll stick with him for now. But we will also bring in, I think, Trincao out on the left-hand side. Rainy Adelaide, not had the best day at the office. We'll get some fresh legs in the kind of midfield department and see how we go here. You can see it's still a very, very close game. Not a whole lot of shots on target, really. Just one kind of moment of brilliance from Kubik, the difference. And, well, can we get the goal here? Kubik through once more. Going to be looking to add to his tally of assists for the season, maybe from out wide. Gives it to Fuchs. He crosses it to Andre Almeida. On off the bench. Smashes it over the crossbar. Very close indeed. Probably should have done a little bit better, but we're going to go straight into another highlight. Cavani is now on the pitch. Now with Neymar. I mean, they've got a very scarily good team here, haven't they, PSG? Grimaldo out on this right-hand side. Fuchs not getting that tight. Allows the cross in. Cavani wins it. Neymar scores it. Was it offside? It wasn't. You can see someone is distraught there. Udokai, hands in his... head in his hands. Hands in his head. That wouldn't make sense, but we've conceded here with 20 minutes left. You can see Grimaldo finds some space out on this right-hand side. Fuchs tries to force him wide. Ball comes in. Udokai can't win that header. And Neymar with a relatively easy tap in there to make it 1-1 in this game. We have still got one sub in us. I'm going to bring in Dimitri Millet for Ducasse. We're going to get in Millet, who's a very, very fast attacking forward. The kind of player who could be ideal with a tiring defence. But, well, we've got a set piece right on the edge of the area to defend here. Chevalier gets it clear only as far as Lucas Moura, who hits it. Hits the woodwork, and Sunday West in the end keeps hold of it. That was a little bit of a warning shot in our direction there. Probably should have been followed up by a PSG attacker. 3 minutes left in this game, 1-1. It wouldn't be a bad result, but you feel like, well, I was about to say, you feel like there's about to be more chances in this game, and, well, there is going to be another. Diarra wins it. Kubik to Millet on off the bench, running through. Options in the middle. He goes alone. He gets it saved. Can he get the ball into the box? Probably should have passed it there. Fuchs whips in. Kubik knocks it down. And, it just can't quite find a man. PSG deal with it, and Millet might have just squandered one of the best opportunities we've had all game. Had the option to pull it back, went alone and shot. Late corner here for us to defend. Blonde hoofs it up. 1-1 looks as if it's going to be how this finishes, unless we're going to hit them on the break in the last dying embers of this game. Trincao all on his lonesome. Where is he going to go? Can he get the ball into the box? He can, but Rajkovic collects. And that is going to be all she wrote. 1-1 here, not a bad performance. Really pushing PSG to the edge, a team who have been very tough to beat this year. But at the same time, you'd feel like with the opportunities we had, maybe it could have been a different result. I'm going to tell the players, you're unlucky today. That's not a bad performance. I would have taken 1-1 going into that. We maintained that 1 point margin. You can see behind us, 7 points between ourselves and Marseille, who of course we did beat 4-1. They have got a game in hand. This was the earlier kickoff though for the weekend. We will continue forward just to see the results coming in, and then I'm going to jump forward to the Roma game, which is in just a few days' time. But yeah, not ideal really for us, that performance. It would have been nice to break the deadlock there through Millet. I mean, a draw at least maintains the gap with PSG. We could have leapfrogged them there. You'd feel like it's going to be quite a tall order really to ask for another team to dethrone PSG and really cause them to slip up and allow us a chance to leapfrog them. That was a chance for us to really seize control of our own destiny, and it hasn't quite worked out for us, unfortunately. Anyway, we'll see how Monaco and Marseille get on here. Monaco had a very slow start to the season, but they have got better in recent games. They are, right back up there, kind of challenging for the top four where you'd expect a Monaco side to be. But yeah, we'll hope that Marseille and Monaco lose. You can see here 2 draws in our favour. Metz did win in 5th, but nevertheless, those 2 draws, pretty big results for us. It keeps the points total between ourselves and Marseille to 6 points and, a lot of goals as well. The goal difference is hugely different between ourselves and the teams behind us, which is, always a good thing. Anyway, guys, I'm going to skip forward. We've got the game against Roma coming up. Going to be a big one for us in the Champions League. Don't go anywhere. And, future Jack, take it away. Okay guys, so here we are back for the game against Roma. Big game for us today. Hopefully we can bounce back from that somewhat disappointing draw against PSG. Not a lot happening during midweek, just, a little bit of a think, I guess, about what we wanted to do here. And we are going to make one change from the side that played the last game, and that is going to be to bring in Trincao out on the left-hand side. He's been a little bit disappointing this season. But, it'd be fair to say that Rainy Adelaide has been a little bit off the pace the last few games after a blistering start to his time here at Sochaux. So we've made the change to bring in Trincao, and hopefully he can do the goods for us. Just a little bit of news, there's an international break coming up. We've had a few players called up for it. You can see in the French national team, Lafont and Chevalier called up, but also Rainy Adelaide, a real testament to how good he's been since he's joined us, the Frenchman. Really, his scintillating league form has earned him that call up. In the under-21s, we've got a fair few players as well. You can see here, 7 of our players going to be featuring in the under-21s team. In the under-20s team, there wasn't an under-20 team announced, but in the under-19s, again, a handful of Sochaux players. Obviously really exciting and good to see. In terms of our team for today's game against Roma, I mentioned that one change. There is going to be one other change, and that is going to be on the bench. We are going to put Daniel Agude here. He is, if we just look at our team profile page, considered our hot prospect. And he's been improving so much this year that we're going to have him on the bench. If we're winning by a few goals, we might bring him on to end the game. A very exciting talent, the 16-year-old forward. Probably worthy of a chance in the first team at some point this season. And, we'll have him on the bench for today's game. Kliedson, the man making way to give him space to come in. Anyway, go tell the players we've been on a good run lately. Go out there and impress me. Of course, we did beat Roma last time we met them. It was fairly comfortable in the end. I'd like more of that again today, please, boys. This time we are at home. Hopefully we can give a little bit more of a commanding performance than the performance we gave against PSG. We didn't boss the possession as much as I'd normally like. Obviously, we did change our system very early on in that game. But given how we performed against Roma away from home, I feel like this is a lot more of a kind of plausible game where we can play more aggressive. As Chevalier, I mean, he has scored some barnstormers as of late, but that long shot, a little bit wasteful by him in the defensive midfielder role there, smashing it over the crossbar in the end. Big ball up here, Kubik can't win it, but Blonde wins it, knocks it down to Fuchs. Can we now build something from the back? That has got to be the aim here. And, let's see what we can do. Chevalier spreading the play to Trincao on the overlap. Ben Chilwell, can he get the ball in the mixer? Kubik, obviously a real threat in the air, and he's there again. Alisson this time, the Brazilian keeper, holds firm. But that was a really good little opportunity for us. A free header for Kubik, very good in the air, of course. And, the keeper was more than up to the task at that time of asking. Anyway, first 15 minutes, we've not dominated possession as you might expect us to, but you'd have to say we've been the better team thus far, although I say that, immediately Roma have a few shots and suddenly the stats look fairly even in this game. We've got another chance potentially. Chevalier to Blonde at the edge of the box, who hits it, and it's another shot that's just a bit wasteful. Off target again. Not for the first time this game we've had a shot in a fairly dangerous position that's just not really lived up to the standards that we've set ourselves. And actually, looking at the average ratings, it's not been that great. We have got a set piece that we do need to defend here, however. You can see Chanafaloglu with the ball. Can he do something with it? Goes instead to Brozovic, who now lays it wide to Florenzi. Two men trying to prevent it in the cross. Neither of them can do it. Edge of the box, Origi. Brozovic again. And well, they should have a real chance here. Roma, though, unable to craft out a shooting opportunity just yet. Lots of men behind the ball. Can we win the ball here, though? That's the real question. Out wide on this left-hand side to Brozovic again. Chanafaloglu. Diarra clears it, and we've got a lot of men in the counter-attack here. Almada with it. Switches it to Trincao. Can we get the ball back across? We can. Ducasse is there, and he slots it away. Lovely finish by the Frenchman. Wasn't really into the bottom corner. But, well, he hit it with enough power that Alisson couldn't react in time. And just before half-time, hitting them on the counter, we find a breakthrough. A bit of a counter-attack this one. Lots of men staying up with our current tactical system. You know, we don't really send everyone back. And, well, we've made them pay for that, Roma. They didn't kind of respect how many men we left forward in the attack. And we've made it count. And, well, you can see here, 45 minutes gone. It's going to be half-time. Not exactly a classic, but one goal in the lead. Exactly what we would have hoped for going into this game. And it's hard to be unhappy with that performance right now. I'm going to just tell the players I'm happy with how things are going. More of the same, please. We've dominated possession that game as it went on in that first half. We really started to find more and more of the ball. Although set pieces are kryptonite of ours. I don't think we've conceded a set piece in the league just yet, though, this year. Which is pretty impressive by our standards. But we do need to defend here as Vezzo has it. Andre Gomez lays it wide. Diarra, though, lumps it clear. No nonsense to Trincao. Could we look to break now? Ducasse, he has pace. He has green grass in front of him to run into. Lays it wide to Kubik, who gives it away. Can we win the ball here, though, in a dangerous position? Lots of pressure being applied. Ball lumped clear in the end, and actually Roma play it out quite nicely from the back there in a high-pressure situation, and it's going to be Origi bearing down on goal. Deflected shot. Sunday West, a lovely little reflex save there by him. And, well, he's been pretty good in goal for us the last few games, getting a fair few clean sheets. And, well, he wants another clean sheet here today. A win against Roma would probably, I don't want to say it would guarantee a second spot in the group stage, but it puts us in a great situation with 2 games left where, realistically, we should be doing it. And, well, can we keep this going? You know, it's still only the 1-goal margin. We can't get too complacent just yet. With 66 minutes gone on the clock, probably could look to make some changes. Almada turns his man nicely. Trincao, not quite on the same wavelength, but gets the crossway. Kubik to Almada. I don't think that's going to be offside. A lovely finish. A lovely little passing goal. Kubik nodding it down in the end. Very unselfish by him at that back post. And, well, 2-0 here. We've deserved that, you'd feel like, on reflection in this game. We've had a lot of the ball. They are yet to create a clear-cut chance. And, well, Trincao, you thought he might have wasted it with his poor first touch, but in the end, he gets the ball in. Kubik with a very intelligent header down, and Almada, the Argentine attacking midfielder, there to kind of clean up the mess that was left. And I think with the 2-goal lead, we're going to make a double change, and we're going to bring in Millet, and we're also going to bring in Agude. We're going to go for the double change. He's a very good attacking midfielder, I should point out, Agude. We'll see what he can do today. That's going to be the challenge for him, to put in a good performance here now. It's his time to shine, the 16-year-old. We'll keep an eye on him. Number 22. He's been very, very good in the reserve team this year. He's been developing a lot this year, and I feel like we have to give him first-team football where we can. And this is the kind of game where I feel like we can afford to bring him in. Although Sunday West fouled Shirley. Yeah, it is a foul. You can see the assistant's flagged for it. And, well, Sunday West, I thought for a second he'd had a howler, but he did get, well, fouled in the going for the ball there. Chilwell with Agude. Lays it wide. I mean, it'd be lovely for the youngster to get a goal. Not probably going to get one from this wide area, but, well, Fuchs to Blonde. To Fuchs again. Can he get the ball into the mixer? He crosses it back post. Agude's there. Nods it back to Millet, and Millet scores. 3-0 here. The 2 sub-attackers making a nice little difference for us. Millet, who's found his first team spot kind of a little bit jeopardised this season, so it's good to see him get a goal here. Definitely want to be rotating him with the likes of Kubik and Ducasse more, but, well, with Kubik and Ducasse performing so well, maybe it's going to be these 2 players who linked up Agude and Millet who kind of become our second kind of choice striker pairing, because Some nice link-up play on show from them there to make it 3-0 in this game. Agude not particularly great in the air, but, well, he got the assist. Not a bad little impact for him to have on his Champions League debut. We have one sub left in this game. Udakai's on a booking. I don't want him to get sent off. We don't need to have player suspensions at this point, so we'll bring in Perez for him. 3 minutes left in this game. Another convincing performance against Roma. Very reminiscent, really, of the game we had against them previously. Very solid defensively today, which is great to see. Another clean sheet, it looks like. I noticed Chelsea have just beaten Zenit 5-0, so it's looking like it's going to be ourselves and Chelsea progressing in the group stage. Agude, back post to Millet again. Millet to Trincao, who heads it against the post, and while the rebound goes in, it's 4-0 here. It is a rout if it wasn't already. Trincao scores it. Good to see the Portuguese winger get a goal. Has been lacking those goals recently, and well, throughout this season he's been a little disappointing, but today he's had a very good performance. Agude again involved in the build-up play. Millet, you thought maybe the chance had gone here, but he recycled possession nicely, dinked it in. The woodwork saved them once, it wasn't going to save them again, and Trincao tapped it into the open goal. 4-0 here, fantastic performance against one of the big teams in Europe, a team who have definitely built up quite a formidable starting 11. And you'd have to say today, we've just put them to the sword. We have slain the dragon that was Roma, that was put in front of us. And, well, at home, 4-0. I don't think anyone would have predicted a win quite as emphatic as that. And with that, as I said, we are in now just such a great position in the Champions League group stage. In fact, you can see here we have already qualified because of our head-to-head against Roma. That is how good we've been. We qualify with 2 games to spare. We'll try and challenge Chelsea, although I'm not going to get too caught up on the Champions League kind of first-second divide. Ultimately, the goal this season was to try and finish top 2 in the group stage and get to the knockout stages. That's exactly what we've done. Almada was superb. He got man of the match, and he has been great for us this year, and hopefully he can keep it going. Anyway, in terms of when we'll be back, we've got a few easier games coming up. Lyon would normally be a little bit tricky, but they're down in 9th at the moment. Nice in 7th as well. Looking forward, we may do the game against Zenit. I might even go a little bit further ahead. We'll see how things go. We might do something like Saint Etienne, one of these games kind of towards the middle. Very often our live comms are against some of the big teams. Sometimes it's nice to do the games against the little teams just to see how we fare against them. You can see our run of fixtures coming up is actually fairly calm. We've got Metz coming up who are in 6th. But from that, Dijon, who are bottom, Saint Etienne just outside the relegation zone, Auxerre in mid-table. Hopefully we can just continue some fine form that I feel like we've maintained and can hopefully build up off the back of this 4-0 win. And, well, of course, hopefully I see you guys for the next episode. If you have enjoyed today's video, please do leave a like on it. Let me know, would you like to see more of these live com double headers? I don't mind doing them from time to time, especially when there's a few big games back-to-back, as was the case today. And yeah, hopefully I see you guys on the next one. If you haven't enjoyed the video, as I already said, leave a like if you've got any comments. With regards to this series, tactics, formations, youngsters, maybe you have an opinion on Agude. Right now I think I'm training him as a complete forward. Should I be playing him more in the first team? I feel like with the improvements he's been showing this year, it's difficult to say no. But anyway, that is all from me. I'm definitely done now. No more rambling. I will see you guys on the next one. It is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.